Si Arvin Tolentino dati ang tingin ng marami, magaling, pero tamad. Pero ngayon yung pinapakita niya para sa Northport, mahirap hindi pansinin. Slowly but surely nabago niya yung tingin sa kanya ng mga tao. So ngayon napapaisip ako, deserve kaya ni Arvin Tolentino na mapasama sa shortlist ng mga players para sa Gilas? Yung 12-man roster ng Gilas Pilipinas is more than fine, pero hindi naman masama magkaroon ng extra. Kaya sa series na to, titignan natin yung mga possible candidates if ever we push it to 15. Sa episode na to, pag-uusapan natin ang sharpshooting wing scorer na si Arvin Tolentino. As of writing this, currently naglalaro para sa Northport, si Arvin Tolentino ay isang 6'5 wing scorer na kilala sa kanyang scoring guts. Sa huling 2 seasons ni Arvin so far, that's 47 games, nag-average siya ng 17 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 1.8 assists. And shot 36.4% from 3 on almost 7 attempts per game. Yan talaga yung specialty ni Arvin Tolentino, yung 3-point shooting. Pero recently, grabe yung bump ng scoring niya. From being just a shooter sa Ginebra, sa Northport, nagbukas yung laro niya into somewhat of a 3-level scorer. Sa 2023 to 24 Philippine Cup, so far in 4 games, nag-average si Arvin Tolentino ng 22.8 points, 7.5 rebounds, and a much improved 5 assists per game. His performance alone was enough para isama ko siya sa series na to. Pero may mga iba pang reasons on why. Pero bago tayo pumunta doon, konting lore muna. Bago maging super scorer si Arvin Tolentino sa Northport, he was first a Ginebra King. Part siya ng Bubble Championship team ng Ginebra and he spent his first few years sa PBA with Barangay Ginebra. Kaya unang pro sa listahan ay yung familiarity niya sa system ni Coach Tim Cone na triangle offense. The triangle offense is not easy to learn. However, once you get the basics, you can get the hang of it. Pero there's a difference kasi between running and executing a system. Pwede mong kabisado yung system pero iba yung second nature na sa'yo. For Arvin, since ilang taon na siyang produkto ng triangle, natural na sa kanya takbuhin yung system. And it would be easier for him kapag nag-add na ng wrinkle sa offense. Next up sa pros ay yung shooting ability niya combined with his size. He's a 6'5 wing who can shoot the lights out kapag araw niya. He's not the most efficient shooter, 36.4% dun sa 47 game sample size, pero in terms of sheer volume, he's that guy for you. Combined with his size na internationally is decent, kumbaga yung makeup niya sa player and yung idea of having a tall shooter sa team is valuable. Sa play na to, angle pick and roll for Munzon and JM Calma. As we can see here, magsiswitch ang NLEX. So they have Nermal on Calma and they have Fajardo, Dominic on Joshua Munzon. So this leaves NLEX with a disadvantage in terms of size kay Nermal and JM Calma. So what they did, of course, they have to tag the roller para mag-triple switch. So ang mangyayari dito, pagka-dive dito ni Calma, kukunin siya ni Ular and then si Nermal magsi-switch back to Arvin. Pero hindi mo pwedeng gawin yon kasi shooter si Arvin eh. So ang nangyayari dito, nagkaroon ng miscommunication defensively para sa NLEX. So after ng switch, nagtag si Ular kay Calma pero si Nermal nag-stick siya kay Calma. So that left Arvin Tolentino wide open, 1 pass away, which you shouldn't do as a defense. Sa play naman na to, Horns Flare. Horns formation, Lucero, tsaka Arvin Tolentino. Magsiset ng screen si Arvin Tolentino para kay Franyu, followed by a flare screen from Xavier Lucero. Pagka-screen ni Arvin, inislip niya yung screen, 2 on the ball. Medyo tamad yung depensa dito na converge. And late si Stockton. As we can see here, si Stockton magre-recover pa lang and si Tolentino meron na siyang momentum para pumunta dito sa spot na to, farther away from Stockton. As we can see, pagsalo ni Tolentino, si Stockton wala sa play. Sa ni Lucero ng screen. And as we can see here, si Justin Arana nakadrop, giving Tolentino space to either shoot kapag hindi nakabalik si Stockton dito or drive to the basket kasi nag-go over si Stockton after ng screen. Giving Tolentino space around this area. Kaya marami nagsasabi yung drop coverage, ang binibigay talaga daw niyan is mid-range shot. Kasi kapag successful yung defense sa point of attack dito, ni Stockton, so ngayon si Arvin, magdadrive siya dito and si Arana magbaback pedal. And ang space talaga rito for Arvin is yung mid-range. Or kung mas advanced siya ng offensive player, pwede niya atakihan ng downhill si Justin Arana. So yun yung binibigay talaga ng drop defense. Pero sa kaso na to, si Stockton wala sa picture. So wide open talaga rito si Arvin Tolentino. For 3. Dito loose ball, scramble. Nasa corner si Arvin Tolentino. Long close out by Ato Ular. Actually may extra pass pa nga rito si Arvin. Bounce pass pupunta kay JM Calma. And ang mangyayari dito, merong dalawang Northport players that can cut to the basket against one Sean Anthony. Pero since si Arvin Tolentino yan, para sa standards niya, wide open na yan. Of course, kinuha niya yung corner 3-point shot na pumasok. So resulta ng 3-point shooting niya is now getting longer and more aggressive closeouts. Sa 4-game sample span na yan, yung unang 4 na laro sa Philippine Cup, tingnan niyo yung shot chart niya. He's a vastly improved slasher. In fact, so far sa sample size na to, he's attempted more shots sa loob compared sa tres. 19 out of 35. So that's 54.3%. Efficient for his position and underrated sa kung anong kilala sa kanya ng marami. Makikita nyo rito, magsiset ang Northport ng wide pin down para kay Arvin Tolentino. So ito si Will Navarro, pupunta siya rito sa may pinch post or sa may elbow, magsiset siya ng wide pin down for Arvin. Nang si Arvin, papakita siya sa pin down. So kung makikita nyo si Enoch Valdez, dikit na dikit kay Arvin Tolentino kasi shooter si Arvin eh. Hindi pwedeng layuan eh kasi sa mga pinakita kong breakdown plays kanina, laging tamad yung paglaban sa screen, hindi tama yung closeout, nag-help of Arvin Tolentino. So makikita natin rito si Enoch Valdez, ginawa niya assignment niya, nakadikit siya kay Arvin Tolentino. Pero kung makikita natin after ng wide pin down, pagka-curl ni Arvin Tolentino sa pin down, since si Enoch Valdez nag-go over the screen, so ngayon si Arvin Tolentino, meron siyang space around this area na pwede siyang mag-curl and meron siyang spot na open. Kasi kung makikita natin, si Sean Anthony, medyo naka-drop, medyo hindi. Pero, ang layo pa rin ni Sean Anthony kay Arvin Tolentino. Pagka-curl ni Arvin, ang laki ng diferensya ng dalawa. And for Arvin, na-generate niya yon dahil sa shooting ability niya. He forced Enoch Valdez to go over the screen. So ngayon, merong space si Arvin Tolentino around this area para umiscore at gawin yung magic niya. Kung makikita natin, play natin. Pagsalo ni Arvin, around 15 feet. Okay? Meron siyang Sean Anthony dito na dalawa ang binabantayan. 2 versus 1. Meron kang pocket pass to Will Navarro, or kung si Arvin Tolentino ka na syempre nakasaring ka na nakatingin, ginawa ni Arvin Tolentino, he used his body, umikot siya, spin move right to the basket. And yun yung napansin ko kay Arvin, after ng first or second dribble niya, he's always going to a spin move or a gather move para mag-decelerate to the basket. As we can see here, again, balik natin sa play na to, it's a high ball screen for Arvin Tolentino and Xavier Lucero. Winston went over the screen kasi nga shooter si Arvin, di ba? Hindi ka pwedeng mag-go under the screen. So ngayon, meron ngayong lane si Arvin Tolentino para mag-dribble right to the basket. Kung makikita natin dito, na-recognize ni Arvin Tolentino na kailangan humabol ni Winston pabalik kay Arvin kasi nag-go over the screen siya. May disadvantage siya in terms of lanes. So na-recognize ni Arvin yon after ng third dribble niya, gumamit siya ng spin move para gamitin yung momentum ni Winston to his advantage. As you can see here, tutok na lang to the basket. And dito sa play na to, makikita natin. Okay, sasalo si Arvin Tolentino sa corner, miscommunication sa depensa ng NLEX, dalawa nag-close out. Pero as we can see, Semerad, long close out, dahil na-generate yun ni Arvin Tolentino through his shooting. Kailangan aggressive ka, mag-close out, kasi Arvin yan shooter yan Kailangan mo lumapit. As we can see here, atakihin ni Arvin yung close out ni Semerad. And pansinin nyo rito yung dribble ni Arvin. Tignan nyo yung second dribble niya. Half dribble lang, allowing him to gather the ball and accelerate as he goes near to the basket. So play naman na to, transition, dribble penetration. And again, sa half court, 2 dribbles, veer step, deceleration, basket. And for Arvin Tolentino, obviously, things to improve are his defense and motor. Pero in my opinion, kung let's say na siya yung 10 to 15th man sa team, okay lang kahit meron kang glaring weakness as long as meron kang specialty na talagang specialty mo, yung magaling ka. Kumbaga specialist ka. Si Arvin Tolentino sa PBA, he's far from a specialist. He's a complete scorer. Not a 3-level scorer kasi kung maaalala natin yung shot chart, most of his shots come from outside the 3-point line or inside the paint. He doesn't really take mid-range shots. Pero pagdating ng international standards, si Arvin Tolentino, pwede siya maging isang specialist na pwede kang umasa or pwede kang maging confident sa kanya na i-space niya yung floor. At the end of the day, he's a 6'5 scorer na kapag mainit, can be a huge help sa spacing para sa team. And at the same time, is someone na pamilyar sa sistema ni Coach Tim and has slowly proving himself as one of the more talented offensive options available para sa Gilas. So, why not, diba? He has to be an option for extra, in my opinion, at the very least. Pero that's my case for Arvin Tolentino para sa Gilas.